Both the Chicago Bears and Washington Commanders come into the Week 5 Thursday Night Football matchup looking to bounce back after two devastating close losses where they both lost by a field goal. Justin Fields played his heart out, and same with Sam Howell, and they're looking to bounce back with a victory this Thursday night. Ryan, just coming in, let's talk about Chicago here real quick because they had opportunities in this game to win, especially two against the Denver Broncos. They blew the lead, a 28-7 lead. Then on top of that, too, when it was 28-all, they were inside the red zone and went for it on 4th and 1 and did not get it. I would not be surprised. We're recording this Sunday night after this week, and it'll be posted up the next evening. I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Eberflus is let go. He probably won't be with everything already going on with them being down one coordinator.
Yeah.
But, I mean, those are the types of decisions, too, because what more can you ask from your team today and the way that they played against Denver? And then you come up with just a horrible decision like that.
In my opinion, the Matt Eberflus firing is a win, not an if. And so for me, I think that just the dysfunction in this locker room. So you have the defensive coordinator stuff that went on. I think that was last week, and then this week now there's the Chase Claypool rumors that he was told just not to come to the stadium on game day. He just not to show up by Matt Eberflus. So it's just an interesting thing. I think Justin Fields has been mismanaged a little bit, especially in the first few games. They did kind of finally let him loose, I think, in week 4. So that'll be something to kind of monitor there. But all in all, I mean, just a train wreck of a start to a season for the Chicago Bears. I mean, especially personnel-wise, they started to finally put things together, and it's just been horrid, to say the least. So for them, I think to come in and win, I think they need to let Justin Fields continue to do what he was doing against the Denver Broncos. The Washington Commanders have a much better defense, so that's a lot easier said than done. But I do think that Justin Fields will be able to utilize his legs and kind of put the Commanders in a tough situation. I do like some of the matchups that the Bears have on the wide receivers on corners, specifically DJ Moore on Emmanuel Forbes. That to me is a matchup that the Eagles definitely took advantage of. And I think the Bears should definitely try to take advantage of as well. DJ Moore had a great week 4 game. I think he had 165 receiving yards. So that to me is definitely a matchup to utilize there. And then on the defense side of the ball, I would put the pressure on Sam Howell to be making the plays. He had a good game against Philadelphia, but they did struggle to really put the ball in the end zone until the last drive of the game when they really had to throw the ball. So that for me was the kind of the key there for them defensively. For the Commanders, don't make mistakes. The Bears are one of the most mistake-prone teams in the league, and if they could just kind of take advantage of those mistakes, get after Justin Fields, and not let them really establish the run, so make Justin Fields kind of a pocket passer is what I think they have to do, and then they should be pretty successful, in my opinion.
No, I can agree with that as well. Worked well with them today. It seemed like they got Justin Fields out in space. Let him improvise, and he kept on keeping his eyes downfield. That's where he found Cole Kmet. That's where he would find DJ Moore, his top 2 weapons. And I think if they're going to want to have a chance, they're going to have to kind of win in a shootout this Thursday. And that's how they're going to be able to do that, to keep moving the ball. Khalil Herbert ran for over 100 yards. I don't see him doing that against Washington, but that would be very nice if he's able to do that, because it helps balance out that entire offense. It won't make them one-dimensional. I do think it's going to be tough for them to run the ball, though, just with this offensive line going up against this defensive front of Washington. And to your point, Washington, Chicago has given up or has the 4th worst passing defense.
They're giving up 272 yards a game.
Oh, yeah, it actually might not even be the 4th. It might be on the wrong one. It might be the 2nd worst. No, it is the 4th. They're 2nd worst in just total yards. If I'm reading all that correctly, but in general, though, just the secondary is very weak. The pass rush is very weak. I think this is a good game to practice on just making sure that you do give a clean pocket to Sam Howell. Don't make the mistakes as what you were talking about and hit Terry McLaurin, I think he's going to have an absolute whale of a game. I think,
especially if Jalen Johnson's out again.
Jalen Johnson out again. Then there was somebody else as well who Eddie Jackson, also their free safety. But he wouldn't be covering Terry McLaurin. But it's just another secondary member, though, that is out for the game. That's really going to be it. Chicago's run defense, statistically, with yards allowed per game, is average. I think it's because it's so easy to throw the ball on them. But and so I say that because I think Brian Robinson, if you can utilize Brian Robinson start the game, is going to open up the play action. Then it's just going to open a lot more things up throughout the field. Going in the prediction, there's not too much really I see Chicago winning this game. I mean, they played their heart out today against the what is, I guess, now the second worst team in the NFL, the Denver Broncos, Chicago being the worst. And it just wasn't enough. Poor coaching, poor defense that gave up the lead, which you could argue was maybe caused by poor coaching. And there's just Justin Fields. I mean, I don't know if he is the guy. I don't know if he's an NFL starter, but he definitely seems to be the best player on a really bad NFL team. And there's only so much he can do.
Yeah, so, he's this is his third year there. His rookie year, he did not stand a chance. He just wasn't ready. But Andy Dalton got hurt. He was kind of thrust into the spotlight there. And him playing gave him the best chance to win. Last year, he was going to be the clear starter, but like they had nothing. They had nothing for him to work with. And so this year he finally has some weapons, and like all these coaching blunders and things and injuries are hitting him. And like, it's been a rough ride for him in Chicago. So I'm also going to go with the Commanders. I don't see a lot that the Bears will be able to do in this matchup to win, but we'll have to see. Crazier things have happened. Right now, the Jets and the Chiefs are currently tied at 20. And Zach Wilson looks good, which is insane. He has a better quarterback rating through 2.5 quarters of this game than Patrick Mahomes does, which would have bet the house that was not going to happen. So, so let's go ahead and wrap this video up here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. Is it going to be the Chicago Bears? Is it going to be the Washington Commanders? Let us know what you think. Other than that, we will see you guys next time.